Achilles pain, whether it's Achilles tendonitis, tendinopathy, and runners go hand in hand. What I get asked a lot of in clinic and in practice is whether do my shoes contribute to my Achilles pain as well? And the answer is sometimes yes, it may. One of the most common questions I get from runners I see in clinic is whether their shoes contribute to their Achilles pain. And the answer is potentially. If you've got restricted range of movement at your ankle or there's weakness in your calf, then that's one of the major factors. But if you're running with a flat shoe, i.e. the distance from your heel down to the toe is quite elevated and slanted, and you've changed your shoe to one that's more flat, then there's different mechanical loads going through the Achilles, different forces in which the foot and the Achilles calf complex has to absorb. Secondly, I asked, what's the perfect shoe? The perfect shoe is a comfortable one in which you have come across and have similar models going from. So if you're started off running in a Nike shoe, staying with a Nike shoe and not moving on to something like a Hoka where that tends to be quite flat and the drop from the heel to the toe is quite minimal. Another question I get asked is, what's the perfect shoe? And quite simply, the perfect shoe is one that you're comfortable in running. Typically with Nike shoes, we see that the heel is quite chunky and there's quite a drop on down to the toes. So my advice for that would be stay with a similar model of Nikes rather than going from a Nike to a Hoka, which is traditionally quite flat. If you are suffering with quite a grumpy Achilles and they're still running as well, not only would I speak to your physiotherapist about the load that you're putting through Achilles, but I would suggest running with quite a high drop shoe. So that means that there's quite a chunky heel and the drop from your heel to your toe is elevated. Thereby there's less pressure going through the Achilles, less strain and less force for it to absorb. But always make sure that you have a plan to transition back into your old comfortable running shoe.